Welcome to RenEnergy.com, your renewable energy and sustainability platform. As industries across the globe grapple with the urgent need to reduce carbon emissions, the steel industry finds itself in a pivotal position. Responsible for approximately 7 to 9% of global CO2 emissions, the traditional coal-based steel production process is under increasing scrutiny. Green hydrogen has emerged as a promising alternative, but the economic implications of this paradigm shift are complex. This video provides an in-depth comparison of the costs associated with coal and green hydrogen in steel production, with a look towards the future of the steel industry. Traditional coal-based steel production, a cost analysis. Coal-based steel production has been the backbone of the industry since the Industrial Revolution. The process, well refined over the centuries, involves using coking coal in blast furnaces to reduce iron ore to iron, which is subsequently converted to steel. Given the maturity of this technology, the robust infrastructure, and well-established supply chains, costs are relatively low. However, the environmental cost is high. The process is significantly carbon-intensive, making the steel industry a substantial contributor to global greenhouse gas emissions. Green hydrogen in steel production, a cost perspective. Green hydrogen-based steel production, while revolutionary in its potential to reduce carbon emissions, is currently a more expensive alternative. Green hydrogen is produced through the electrolysis of water, powered by renewable energy. In steel production, it replaces coking coal in direct reduction iron, DRI, plants to reduce iron ore to iron, which is then converted to steel. The entire process emits water vapor instead of CO2, thus drastically reducing carbon emissions. However, the cost of producing steel using green hydrogen is significantly higher than traditional methods for several reasons. Firstly, green hydrogen production technology is still in the developmental stages, making it less efficient and scalable compared to coal technologies. Secondly, the infrastructure necessary for storing and delivering green hydrogen is not as well established, thereby adding to the cost. Lastly, the renewable energy required to produce green hydrogen is still more expensive than fossil fuels in many parts of the world. Looking to the future, evolving costs in steel production. Despite the current disparity in costs, the gap between green hydrogen and coal in steel production is expected to decrease in the future. As technology for producing green hydrogen advances, the process will become more efficient, and costs will decrease. Additionally, with continuous investment in renewable energy, its cost is projected to fall further. Conversely, the cost of coal-based steel production could rise due to regulatory measures aimed at reducing carbon emissions. Governments worldwide are implementing carbon pricing and other policies that could increase the cost of carbon-intensive industrial processes. The hidden costs, environmental impact. A direct cost comparison between green hydrogen and coal does not account for the environmental implications of each method. Coal-based steel production has a substantial environmental cost, contributing to climate change and associated effects like extreme weather events and loss of biodiversity. Conversely, green hydrogen-based steel production significantly reduces carbon emissions. As we transition towards a sustainable future, these environmental benefits and the necessity to mitigate climate change cannot be overlooked. Conclusion: a sustainable future for the steel industry. In conclusion, the transition from coal to green hydrogen in steel production presents a complex economic challenge. While green hydrogen currently incurs higher costs, several factors suggest that this cost disparity will shrink in the future. As green hydrogen and renewable energy technologies continue to advance, and as regulatory measures increase the cost of carbon-intensive processes, green hydrogen will likely become a more viable and sustainable option for steel production. However, this transition will require continued investment and collaboration among stakeholders, including industry leaders, policymakers, and researchers. As this transformation unfolds, the steel industry will play a pivotal role in our collective journey towards a more sustainable, low-carbon future. The road ahead, the economic case for green hydrogen. The pathway towards adopting green hydrogen in steel production is not merely an environmental imperative but an economic one as well. As the technology matures and renewable energy becomes more affordable, green hydrogen will likely become increasingly cost competitive. At the same time, carbon pricing and other regulatory measures will likely make traditional, carbon-intensive processes more costly. Moreover, the environmental benefits of green hydrogen, particularly its potential to significantly reduce carbon emissions, add another dimension to its economic viability. These benefits, while not always easy to quantify, are becoming increasingly important in a world grappling with the realities of climate change. They represent a form of savings that could, in the long run, offset the higher initial costs of green hydrogen. Final thoughts. In the face of climate change and mounting pressure to reduce carbon emissions, the steel industry stands at a crossroads. Green hydrogen offers a promising path forward, a way to drastically reduce the industry's carbon footprint without sacrificing production capabilities. The journey towards green hydrogen-based steel production may be challenging and marked by high initial costs, but the potential rewards, both economic and environmental, are significant. The transition to green hydrogen in the steel industry symbolizes a broader shift towards sustainability in global industrial practices. As such, it will require not just technological innovation but also policy support, industry commitment, and public awareness and acceptance. As we look to the future, one thing is clear: the steel industry has a vital role to play in our collective efforts to build a more sustainable, low-carbon world. Green hydrogen, despite its current costs, represents a major step forward in this journey. As the industry navigates this transition, the world will be watching, and hopefully, learning, from its progress. Thank you for choosing RenewEnergy.com as your go-to source for all things renewable energy and sustainability. With our YouTube channel, we explore the latest developments and innovations in the field, including hydrogen fuel cells and the use of AI and machine learning to optimize energy consumption. If you're ready to take the next step towards a cleaner, more sustainable future, visit us at RenewEnergy.com and discover the many ways we can help you transition to renewable energy. Thank you for watching and subscribing. Stay up to date on all the latest news and insights by subscribing today.